Bob's your uncle. And we are back at it again, back at it again. I love doing funny opens.
It's, no, I handshake you, opening good. Anyhow, who are you?
Oh, it's me, AudioVizual. I'm the Sableye that's in your trash cans at night.
Fuck, that's you?
Yeah, that's
I
me.
thought it was the foxes.
No.
Unless you've been consulting with the foxes to raid my trash.
I have been consulting with the foxes, the raccoons, the possums. Listen.
Man, we don't even have raccoons and possums over here, so you're... Man, I don't know how you've got this many workers over here, but I respect your gumption. And your ability to unionize. Also, hello, my name is Dew. I'm gonna be the second person playing today. And I am a little bit sleepy, so apologies to people if I keep yawning or just stopping for no reason. It is probably because I'm yawning and blinking a lot to keep myself in brain zone.
The brain zone.
The brain zone.
It's okay though. We're just having a chill time playing with our little dolls together.
Okay. I will be the Ken and you will be the Barbie.
I'm not playing Barbie, I'm playing Bon!
Bonby!
Bonby! Your new favorite Barbie friend. It's Bonby! Have you ever needed a taller than average, slightly horrifying bird companion to heal you up when you get hurt? It's Bonby! With their excellent assortment of accessories, from their healer's kit to their interchangeable clothes, it's Bonby!
Okay, I legitimately would buy this. Audio, you can't pitch me a sale like this and then not sell it to me.
Well, see, that's just how I am. I'm not trying to think of, like, how would you do Lao and Ken together? Like, Loun?
Oh, God.
It's Loun! Your new Barbie friend!
He's a bitch. That's all I've got. He's a bitch. He will criticize all of your clothing choices, and he will do nothing to help you.
This is great. I'm just like, looks at Bon, looks at Lao. Oh, you're similar. Birds who are bitches.
They're just two basic bitches in a bird shop.
Buddhist
Yeah, by the way, you're in a bird shop, probably.
Well, Soto made it look like a bird shop. It's a bird shop. We're gonna here. We'll actually paint the scene and stop having like random fun. We'll have targeted, narrated fun now.
Listen, I love your banter and I love bantering. It is very fun.
As I hear Toaster descend from the stairs and meow loudly.
Meow meow?
I don't know if the mic will pick him up, but yes, he was meowing very loudly. As he inspects my setup with a critical eye, the camera goes to a location, a special location. It is a bird store, name pending, presumably an appropriately toony bird pun. It has all sorts of assortments for birds and bird tunes and bird real kind of varying species. Things like cuddle bones and, as Soto helpfully drew in the background, like those, you get like a bag or a container and it's just like you pull down the lever and it's just infinite seeds that would be amazing to cause so much chaos with, I'm not gonna lie.
Yes. I'm pretty sure there's probably like one bird's tune who's just underneath it,
mouth
pulling the
open.
lever.
Yeah.
Yes. Like they're doing a kegster, but it's for seeds.
Yes, that is exactly yes. But it's anything you could need for birds. As someone who's never owned a bird, I'm just vaguely birding, bird things your birds need. Like
Birds and birds accessories.
yeah, birds and birds accessories. Birds are us. Birds are us.
Birds are us.
Birds are
Avians are us.
Oh, avians are us is also good. Avians are us. That's a great name. This is now canonical. Where this place is, we don't know, but it's a chain store, so it could be anywhere, It's a chain store, or I guess it would be a flock store, like a, how many bird puns can we fit in,
Man, if you're asking me to make more puns, I will do my best, but
Don't worry. They'll come and go as they're needed.
yes.
I feel like for like maximum funny, like one of the current store clerks who's like, doing the like snapping bubblegum, filing nails kind of thing is actually like a cat. Like a cat tune, And they're wearing like one of those like store vests with like the name tag on. Their name's like Priscilla.
Priscilla.
Yeah.
Gotta add those rolling R's.
I wish I would trade my soul to the devil to be able to roll my R's.
Oh, I pet you so gently.
It's a work in progress. But yes, Priscilla is behind the counter, filing talons as bird folk of all kinds and or bird friends, connoisseurs, enthusiasts mill about the store.
Excellent. Where would you say Bon is in the store?
I feel like Bon probably is like the kind of person who like buys everything they need for like a month or two at once kind of thing, and then like,
Buyer.
Either that or it's like every other week they buy like one or two things. Like there's no in between, And so they're probably like looking at probably some sort of like feather care stuff, considering they're a very big bird. They probably go through a lot of like feather cleaning stuff. Like, birds have special oil they put on their feathers.
Yeah.
So it's like all sorts of like fancy oils or scented oils or whatever,
Maybe even like tools to help them express their oil gland. Because there's probably going to be some birds that can't extend their wings all the way or can't reach their oil glands for whatever reason, and you need a little help with that.
So yeah, it's probably like, they're looking at all the different oils that are being marketed,
Nice.
Very critical eye, because it's like, if that's basically your equivalent of like shampoo, I know for a fact I would definitely be like, what am I going to be putting all over my body?
You gotta make sure that it's kosher.
Exactly.
Good. I guess I will ask then, would Bon like to roll a perception?
Sure, I can have him roll a perception. What's your perception, darling? It is I believe it's just a +5, which is fine, because the passive is stupid high. Alright, Nope. Let's not do a question mark. I know we often question.
There are many questions in the universe.
What's your dice rolling thing? Everyone does it different. Is it an exclamation?
So it's exclamation mark,
okay.
R, space, and then D, whatever.
Perfect. An 8.
Oh, Bon.
They might be considering switching brands. Who knows? You know, that deep, intense, like maybe their usual brand isn't there, so it's like the whole do I like pick something else out, or do I just wait, you know, that kind of thing. They are heavy in the consideration zone.
Okay. I just want something. That was a 2. So you are still able to hear, probably a couple aisles away, the sound of multiple somethings hitting the floor. And I think that with an 8, that's probably all you hear. But yeah, a couple hours away, some stuff's just hit the floor.
Oof, oof, oof,
oof,
big oof. I feel like like the figurative ears perk up, you know, just a little of just like, huh, wonder what that was. Like, is anything interesting going to come of it, or is it just like, oh, some things fell?
Well, if Bon turns their attention towards the end of the aisle, they will see that there seem to be some things wriggling on the floor.
Oh dear. Wriggling, you say?
Uh-huh.
Is it... oh? Worm?
Worm. It might potentially be worm. Visibility of a little worm.
Little worm, you say?
Yes.
Bon, I think a little curious, a little nosy, a little beaky. They'll put the oil back. It's a later Bon problem, you know. And they'll go investigate. They'll go strut on over, you know.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. As you go down the aisle and turn the corner, you will see a couple of upturned pots and stuff on the floor. And there's a whole bunch of wriggly buddies down there. And next to them, softly buttering to themselves, is what looks like a bird toon in a wheelchair. It's pretty transparent. You can kind of see right through them. And they seem to be kind of bending over, box in their lap and squinting at the floor.
Yeah. You know what Lao needs? One of those, like, grabby T-Rex toys, you know?
Oh my god. You know, you say that, but also you're right.
See, like, I don't know what, like, class Lao is. But, like, all I'm thinking now is, like, make this, like, your magic thingamabob, you know? So it's like...
oh, it's focus.
Yeah. I cast Shillelagh. Bonk.
I mean, Lao is not a druid, but no.
You know?
If he could, he would.
So they're like wormy worms.
They're toony worms, yeah.
Toony worms.
There's toon worms and there's also normal worms.
Can some of them be worms off the string?
Yes.
Fuck yeah. Just googly eyes just rolling around as they wriggle with the rest of the worms.
They're living their best life.
Oh yeah, baby.
They seem to be the most satisfied out of all the worms.
They I'm just thinking about worms off the string, like the burning Elmo emoji. Twas I who set the house ablaze. Bon will pick those ones up first, for sure, for sure. They need to be contained,
Oh
elsewise
gosh, yeah.
the destruction is unimaginable.
I mean, you can already see the kind of sort of zipping around and making little noises as they go. They're slippery little buggers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, Bon will pick up whatever they can get their little claws on, their little talons on, but it's not their job, man. They don't work here.
Mm. I mean, as you go picking it up, you will hear this other this other guy, this Toon, just mutter, "For fuck's sake, I just picked them up. Why are they all?" And he's just sitting there trying to keep the box he's got on his lap, which is covered with like his bottom half is completely covered by Oh yeah, I should probably have mentioned that he's wearing a blue sari. Um
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. With like a nice sash going across the chest, with embroidered flowers across that sash and along the hem in a nice little gauze pattern. Uh
Covered in
yeah.
worm.
Yes, sadly covered in worm. And actually, I'm gonna roll something for him.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, beautiful, excellent. That is a 4. Um, that was a 4 on his whiz save.
Oh.
So, as he goes to pick up the worms and put them back in one of the other pots, he picks it up, and you can just Bon, you just see his eyes dilate as he goes to put it into the pot, and then the worm is gone, and his hand is near his mouth, and he blinks, and he shakes his head, and he looks around. He's like, oh, for fuck's sake, and he picks up another one. His eyes widen. Nom, gone. He shakes his head again.
You know, Bon doesn't work here. All the more power to this bird. They will definitely offer their worm bouquet, a worm K, I guess, to Lao.
Oh god. Okay, when you say worm bouquet, I do have to ask, is it shaped as a bouquet, or is it just like a handful of worms?
Well, I feel like it would make sense to kind of like lay them out, kind of like how you would do a bouquet. I think it'd be really funny though if it was just like bouquet. Like both is funny, but like a bouquet
Okay,
of worms.
One hand has a bouquet, and the other hand is just a wriggling pile of worms.
Yes.
We can have both. This is our FPS.
Exactly. I feel like the bouquet is dotted throughout artfully with the worms off the string as like a wonderful filler, you know?
Mm. Excellent. Bring a bit of bring a bit of spice and colour to this wonderful life full of worms. Yeah, you hold them out to this person, and you kind of reach out, and then they stop, look over at your hands, and then look up at you, and they blink a couple of times. And, I is yes, if you wouldn't mind, and he holds up the sort of box slash crate he's got on his lap.
Hell yeah. Bon will just be like, mm-hmm, and just the fistful of worms first, just like open up their hand and just worms just falling off and like, you know, of just like having a fistful of gummy worms and then you like drop them in just like that.
I've seen some were gummy worms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's put some gummy worms in there.
Yeah, you know,
why not?
Maybe their flavors birds, but like, you know.
Ooh, hell yeah! You've got like anise seeds, poppy seed. Yeah, sunflower.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, good ideas. Yes. Please continue.
And then they'll delicately lay the bouquet of worms in, you know.
This person is just gonna kind of look, like they're gonna tilt their head to look down at the box and cock their head to the side. I don't actually remember picking up these ones, and they point to the worms off the string. I actually don't remember seeing them at all. But I suppose I appreciate the assistance regardless. Kind of looks around, and just slaps one arm across the top of the crate to stop it. Looks down at most of the mess that is still on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Looks up at Bon. I don't suppose we could move this elsewhere.
The worm parade, or
no, I looks around Bon, and then like a not so subtle check over his shoulder. I would rather not be in this aisle. When this circles a finger around the floor, when this comes to you.
Yeah, they're kind of like an invasive species now.
Well, these, and he points at the worm on the string.
I mean, probably in general with those ones for sure. Who knows? They might eat the gummy worms and then like take over the rest and have worm overlords. I wouldn't be surprised.
I blink. I want to say that that's ludicrous, but considering what I've learned about toons recently, I can't exactly rule that out. And he's kind of squinting at the worms on the string now.
They're definitely invasive. Look at those googly eyes. Like the reflection of the fires of hell in those plasticine gazes.
Hang on, I'm gonna roll an intimidation for the worms.
Please.
Holy shit. Got 18.
Oh my god. I think Lao is sufficiently intimidated.
Lao takes one look at these worms and the creepy sheen in their eyes, and he's like, yeah, you know what? Actually, could you take the those ones out? Actually, I'd rather not risk it.
Sure. Bond like starts plucking them out and is like, they actually taste really good if you well, there's several ways you can prepare them. I for one like you can dress them up in a salad, you know?
Oh my god. Sorry, give me a second. Okay. The minute you say that, you see this guy kind of tense up a little and squints at you. No, I'm I'm not here to eat them. I'm collecting worms for my garden. It's not a plot of land. It's just a small little greenhouse, and I can't really naturally get worms elsewhere, and this is the only place that I know of that also does real kind worms. So
I see.
go on inside if you want.
Bon just nods. That makes sense. They probably just whole ass like pocket the worms off the string. Like into a vest pocket, there they go.
Just imagine their little tails kind of hanging out or wiggling.
Yes. Maybe they'll make a boa out of them someday.
Oh my gosh. I'm just picturing Sandy and Bon sitting down. We should make a worm on the strings dress. You know, like those.
That'd be so fucking great, though.
Yeah, you know, like those flapper dresses where it's like they have those long tassel bits. Yeah. It's all that, but worm on a string.
Oh my god.
Puts that in my pocket.
Yes.
Puts that in your pocket.
Puts it in our pockets.
Puts it in our pockets. This is a shared pocket.
But yeah, Bon, you know what? Fuck it. Bon's walking with the bird. This is just a normal day. They just stole worms.
Fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. This guy just rolled past you. He probably squishes a few worms under his wheels. He's definitely not looking at that. He is looking up at you, however.
The quiet screams.
Just every revolution. Wonderful background music. This guy's looking up at you and says, I appreciate the assistance. I don't believe I got a name, unless you'd rather not say, in which case, fair enough.
Yes. Let me be... for me not to tell your name, I shall be your mysterious worm savior. Da-di-da-di-da. I twirl my cape and descend into the night. No, I'm Bon.
Sorry, give me a sec. Oh, fucking damn it. So that's a whiz save. That's absolutely appalling, monster man. As you finish your la-di-da-di-da, you see this guy's outline kind of lighten a bit. He almost looks like he gets like fluffier, and you hear him goes. Yes, Wormlord, I am. Well, you can call me Lao. Most people just call me Lao. I would say it's a pleasure to meet you, but I am covered in worms. There are worse ways to meet people, I suppose, but anyhow, and he holds out a hand, does not look you in the eye.
There are definitely worse ways to meet people. And Bon will shake Lao's hand.
Excellent. It's a firm handshake. You do notice as you shake this Toon's hand, there's a weird sort of slight malleability to it. Like, you know how some Toons are typically clay-based, but not always. This guy feels slightly squishy, or at least slightly malleable, but, decent handshake.
Stress toy Lao.
Oh god, please. Please, god, no. I mean, yes, but also no. Now pulls his hand away and says, yes, there are definitely worse ways to meet new people. I mean, you can have someone come to your door and try to sell you shit, or you can have someone be, introduce you incredibly unwillingly by one of your roommates. This, I think, in terms of tunes, it's just a little ridiculous in how weird it can get.
I once had someone who's very close to me now break into my place of work and hold everyone hostage for a few hours, so I understand.
Blink, blink. He kind of squints and thinks and taps his beak. I don't think I actually have anything quite that bad. I mean, I suppose the only thing I have comparable to that is that my roommate keeps bringing home their friends, air quotes, and I have to deal with them, whilst my roommate decides to go elsewhere.
Oh man. It's always hard whenever the roommate decides to bring home significant others and then drops them in your lap and leaves.
You immediately see this Lao's outline just kind of squiggle, just like a kind of a record scratch, like God, no, 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 they are, no, that's, I, I really would hate to think that any single creature, being, whatever that soul brings back, would be in any sort of relationship. Oh, you can tell immediately, this man has been given a headache. Said. Oh, anyhow, you, I, may I ask you a question?
I mean, you've already asked, so you may as well go ahead.
I see. One for Sass. Beautiful. Excellent. So, how long have you lived in Bankwell? Visiting, or because you did say you had an apartment here?
Oh, yeah. I've lived in Ironquell around a decade or so.
A whole decade.
A whole 10 years, baby.
How? And I feel at this point they kind of get to a different aisle, which is full of like different kind of food, like seeds, but also like certain kinds of fruits and veggies and stuff. And I'll just kind of absentmindedly browses the shelves. How have you adapted and dealt with living in this? Gestures around. You hear the chug 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 coming from the bird feeders. You see the cat. Probably actually is now on the desk because there's like a sunspot. Like there was cloud cover and it was kind of dark, but now the clouds have moved away and there's a sunspot right next to on the desk. And oh man,
They're not checking anyone out.
Yeah, they're having a snooze, man. They're gonna put their little toe beans up and have a good nap in the sunspot.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, worms.
Worms.
Camera briefly pans over to the worms. And then pans back to Bon and Lao. How exactly do you deal with this amount of nonsense?
Oh. A bun gives Lao like a once over and like a discerning kind of look flits over their, owly face. And they kind of just grin a little and they're like, "Oh, you see, you don't so much as get used to it as you find a place in which you have the most fun, I feel.
Can I roll an insight?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Come on, baby boy. Well, it's not amazing, but it's not terrible. Double check the modifier to make sure I'm not cheating.
That's valid.
$15.
15's not bad.
Yeah.
Lao can tell, like, considering, like, Bon's been sort of, like, fucking about, like, gently ruffling Lao's feathers, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's very clear that it's not so much Bon deals with, it's like, Bon is, like, getting along like a fish to water, you know.
At first, Lau kind of side-eye squints and leans slightly away from Bon, closer towards the stacks. He kind of leans against probably like a huge bag of seeds, squints up at Bon, so oh, what's the word? You thrive in this sort of chaotic environment.
Bon literally, like, shrugs at Lao. They're like, listen, you can either be someone who creates chaos or someone who sits back with a nice drink and a camera.
Oh, I'm rather sure of which one I am. My roommate is probably the chaos bringer of the two of us. Turns around, picks up a bag of seeds, puts them on his lap. I simply, I can't imagine spending 10 years here. I just, I can't imagine it. He just kind of trails off. Blinks.
Bon, like, flaps a hand at Lao and is like, well, considering your Toon-esqueness, could you say perhaps that I am a bit surprised that you are not more used to this?
Lao's, two of Lao's curls just kind of plink plink. His head shakes, looks back up. Well, you see, I actually haven't really been living in Einkel very long. 2, maybe 3 years. It's about 3 years already. But I wasn't born here. I've only recently come over.
A continental or something like that, right?
What do you mean? What do you mean continental? There's big wrinkles.
I don't know. I mean, I certainly didn't come over from one of the real kind continents, so I don't know what they end up getting called half the time.
Become wrinkles. What do you mean you? But you are real kind. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but you are real kind. Looks you up and down.
Bon, like, dramatically gasps and, like, pats down their front, and they're like, really? And they, like a show of, like, plucking at their feathers a little and, like, I couldn't tell.
Oh, stop being such a fucking twat, okay? It's just waves a hand. Actually, I'm gonna try and roll something. What the hell, man? You're doing real good today, buddy. What's Bond's passive perception?
Stupid high. It's a 20.
Jesus, okay. I mean, you can roll, or you can just stick with your passive if you want.
I'll stick with the passive. I don't need
Cool.
to.
That's fair. Bon, you almost miss it, but you can't help but hear the small crinkle of a bag being opened. Um, could you roll me a dex save?
Oh, absolutely. I love deck saves. Oh, God. What's your deck save, baby cakes? A +2. It's a 10.
I should probably roll to hit.
Yeah.
Well, that is 18 at its base, so I'm not gonna add a modifier. Um,
Yeah,
Bon,
no.
yeah, Bon, you hear the crinkle, but you move away just too late as this little shit pulls out a handful of bird seeds and just chucks them in your face.
Um, you know what? I feel like Bond just stands there and lets, like, the bird seed, like, rain down their front.
I just I just imagine like the worms on the string in their pocket, like a few little heads pop out and they just go ah and point their heads towards the ceiling.
Yes! Absolutely. They're thriving. Um,
Bond's pocket is a natural habitat for worm on the string.
yes.
They thrive.
Bond just. No, but yeah, I'm a real kind. It's pretty obvious, obviously.
Well, yes, it's look. Well, since I've come here, I've learned not to assume things about people, even if I forget sometimes. But for the most part, these sorts of things you need to ask because for all I know, you could be a toon in a real body who accidentally got magically turned into a real kind and doesn't know what to do with themselves, but they still thrive in this environment. You know, that sort of bullshit. So yes, I do have to ask.
Understandable. Have a nice. No, I'm from
Have a
the.
nice walk.
Have a nice.
But no, but a nice what? You didn't finish your sentence.
Here, I'll roll the random bullshit adjective wheel. Let's see. Have a nice worm bouquet. There you go. Have a nice worm bouquet for your garden.
Now, glancing down at the worm bouquet still in the crate on his lap. I mean, well, it is. I do have to say, I don't know if this is healthy for the worm. And he lifts it up and he points at one of the worms that has been used as a string to tie it all together. The worm looks fine. It's a toon worm. It looks perfectly fine and happy being a very pretty bow. I was squinting. I don't know if that one is going to go in there, to be honest. It looks a bit strained. Puts it back in the box. But yes, I will have a very nice worm bouquet. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. No, I'm from the plane of air, baby. Things are always blowing one wind or another. Sometimes you just have to go with the flow.
Bon, you immediately see and hear like a ping, ping, ping. And Lao's outline goes, it did kind of go like flatter as the as you were talking, and then it kind of puffs out again, looking kind of cloud-like and fluffy. The plane of air. I don't think I've heard of that actually.
Well, it's not like an airplane, I'll assure you. It's...
What's an airplane?
Don't worry about it.
Actually, I think I will. Hang on just a moment. And this is where I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll him. It was a D10 for hammer space, isn't it? Fuck me. God damn it.
Fumble.
Yeah, this is what I get for saying I'm not gonna pull up my fumble chart. I never get fumble, and then I do.
Exactly.
Okay, it's not what I thought it would be. That's fine. Give me a hot second to pull it up. It can take a little while. Where you at? My computer does not like opening Word programs at all. I think I need to move this stuff to Drive.
Honestly, what I do occasionally is take like a screenshot and just send it in like a private Discord channel for myself, and that's like 10 times
That's very
faster.
smart. That is so smart. So smart and incredibly sexy of you. I just gotta wait for things to open up. Actually, I think I remember what 3 is. Oh, no, never mind. Okay. Let's see. Oh my fucking god, this? Okay. Jesus Christ. Lao reaches underneath the side of one of his come on, brain, think the words. The side of one of his saris kind of the fabric of his sari wraps around itself, reaches in, wiggles around, and pulls out what looks like a black wriggling line to you, Bon. And as you look at it, you can hear it go, and it sort of zigzags in on itself and around, and Lao's eyes widen. He shoves that very quickly back into his fabric, and he's like, "No, that's that's not it." And he rolls again. Damn it! It's another fumble.
Oh, don't worry, darling. It happens to the best of us.
He briefly glances up and glares at Bon before pulling out. He pulls out a book, which seems to have some water damage on it, but it's got like a really nice illustrated cover. And he, like, on the front of it, there seems to be a signature of some sort, but it's a little too blurred to really make out what it is. Now blinks and says, "Oh, I forgot I had this. I should actually probably read this at some point, but not what I want." He tucks it back in. And last one.
There you go.
Yay. There we go. Yes, he pulls out. Finally, he pulls out a kind of like a small journal. Flips a couple of pages, and then he points one of his fingers out, and then he writes with his finger, airplane, and then he squints and he looks up at you and says, "Is that spelled correctly? I've not heard the word before, so I need to make sure it's spelled correctly." He spelt it air, and plain, like PLAIN.
Well, no, but it depends on which version you're going, because there's the airplane and then there's an airplane.
Version you were referring to?
Oh, it's airspace PLANE.
He nods, crosses it out with his finger, writes it back in again, the same spelling, looks it over, nods, shuts the book, shoves it back in his sari. Right, well, that's something to look up for later. Anyway, plane of air, where you're from. What is it like?
Well, there's lots of air there.
No shit.
My, how easily you get your feathers ruffled.
Look, I deal with all sorts of shit every day. At this point, I'm just sort of fuck it.
An excellent policy to have, I will say.
I think my family would agree with you. Yes, it's a very good policy. Anyhow, please don't let me interrupt you about your very important dialogue about air.
Oh, I see. Now we're flipping the script. Understandable. Are you going to rapidly press X to skip through my dialogue options as well?
That gets you a very blank, blink. I. That means. But if it makes you go any faster, then yes, I will press X.
And then next, of course, be some sort of return dialogue about your sad backstory, etc., etc. You know, they'll have a lot of exposition, perhaps some bonding, you know, promises of future meetings, etc., etc., and the plot rolls on.
Hang on. Or something. Okay, it's fine. Um, Lao looks stone-faced. Up at you, Bon. Firstly, you are nowhere near close enough to unlocking my tragic backstory. That is... Actually, I don't think I've even told anyone here about that.
Oh, so there is a sad backstory. I'm so sorry.
Listen, everyone... I wouldn't say it's sad, it's just life. Things happen in life. Shit happens. I don't like the way you're nodding commiserately at me. You just stop the nodding.
Bond stops nodding.
Thank you. Anyhow, I don't know whether mine is sad by comparison to most of the tunes here. Some things I have heard are incredibly disturbing, and well, comparatively, mine's not really all that sad in comparison.
You know, I would.
Anyhow, you're talking off of the subject.
Oh, of course. You haven't even bought me dinner first. How could I tell you all sorts of the secrets about the plane of air? And, you know, my family and where I come from and the important temple in which I am a member of involving the death and reanimation of different creatures also involved with the temple, etc., etc.
Oh god. Give me a second. And that. I don't know how good Bond's passive insight is.
They have a plus 11.
Fuck me. Okay, yeah, I'm not even gonna have you roll for this. You can see as you keep talking, this guy kind of clenches one arm on the wheelchair, and the other arm that's still got the crate on his lap. And you can see he starts to vibrate a little bit, and his eyes start to slightly dilate as he hears you. And you can see the curls in the back of his head just come up and up and up as you keep talking. He's like, no, I definitely not interested in any of that if it requires me buying you something. Although you did help me with this earlier, so if there is something that you want, I suppose I would not be completely against buying it. Or acquiring it, at least.
Oh, are you some kind of hermit?
Ah. Well, I would. mm, I think I would quite like to be, but I don't think I got that choice anymore.
Oh, that I can definitely commiserate on.
Hmm. I want to say something, but Lau wouldn't say it because she doesn't know yet.
Uh-huh.
Um, Look, my instincts are him sending Bon an understanding look and saying "found family" to her, but he doesn't know he's been found. He doesn't know he's been found family yet. He's a fucking idiot. Um,
Listen, we'll keep that in the writer's booth.
that's for us.
That's for us.
That's for us. Um, yeah. Um, he's just kind of like rolls his eyes and just, oh no, how terrible for you it must be.
Oh, certainly. I've been involved with at least 3 felonies and 4 misdemeanors.
Sorry, that's it's cute, really. That's adorable, actually. He just kind of chuckles to himself and looks around. Anyhow, is there actually anything you want from here, or are you just here to follow me around?
Oh, I see. So you invite me to follow you away from the scene of the crime, and now you're questioning my motives.
Well, he kind of pauses, and you can see his face wavers a little bit before he shakes his head. I mean, I said I wanted to move away from that because of it's not a crime scene, it's just a mess, and I'd rather not be accused of
Grand
something.
worm, theft, larceny, grand worm auto,
No.
perhaps.
What? No. No, I'm not, I do plan to, I'm not going to, also, I didn't steal, you did,
Mm-hmm.
and he picks up a hand, rubs his beak. Okay, you can go if you want. I'm going to go this way. And he just sort of turns away. You're not obligated to follow me. You can do whatever you want. I just thought because you'd helped me with this that I would assist you with whatever you wanted to get. But if
Mm.
not, then
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Have you ever heard of the Ghiblian term, tsundere? I believe it would be vital for your Einquell research experience.
oh, audio. Oh, oh God, give me a second. Oh, I forgot that's what you had. Um, that's a history roll.
Oh, that's a sweet 21, baby.
the minute those the minute those syllables escape your lips, Bon, this man pauses in his roll and he slowly turns himself around to look at you. He glares at you, Bon. I have heard the term. I simply, if I am understanding you correctly, if you're trying to imply that well, it applies to myself, I would have to politely disagree.
Oh, do tell.
I thought you didn't want to hear about me and my life and whatever I've got going on.
Hmm. And yet, here you are, attempting to get me to talk about me and myself.
Because that's what people do. Um, you can roll an insight on that if you want. You don't have to.
Absolutely.
It's
How's a dirty
dirty,
20?
dirty, disgusting. I love it. Anyhow, you look at this man, and as he says "do," he seems almost it sounds like this is something he knows is correct, but doesn't necessarily believe to be correct. It sounds slightly unsure when he says that.
Bon literally does like this sort of movement where they clasp their hands together and like half duck and take like a good step forward to be next to Lao again. I really hope you know the movement. If you don't, it's fine. But like it's such a specific movement where it's like you kind of like raise your shoulders and duck it and do like, you know.
I think I know what you mean, yes.
Perfect. The spirit is there.
Yes.
And they just grin at Lao. And they're like, so how's the hermiting doing then with you and your roommates and their friends and such?
Okay. Do you really want me to tell you, or are you just saying this to piss me off?
I would like to think that it's a mix of a healthy dose of curiosity over strangers' business that sustained me through my time here in my darkest moments, but also a bit of I find you intriguing, if only in the way where I can flutter your feathers up and see what makes you tick, because it's so humorous and also exceedingly intriguing, and also you're very interesting at times in how you try so hard to seem like you are operating as a normal member of society, and yet you don't understand much about it.
Give me a sec. Nah, fuck that. Ron tries to hide it so badly. You can, like, the shrinking back away from whatever side of the chair that you have approached, and the widening of his eyes, and, you actually see his outline start to wiggle a bit, kind of reminiscent of the worms on the floor and under his arm of the grate. Just the way is mm, so you have some sort of nitpicky sciencey interests. Okay, I think this conversation is over.
No, darling. I think you're adorable.
No, no, I'm not cute. I'm not cute. I'm not adorable. I am a prick and an asshole, and I know what I am. So if you would kindly just tell me what you want and go away.
How about this? Do you have a number?
I. What sort of number?
Like a
Like an
communication device. I know they're relatively new.
Now kind of squints. I don't have my sending stone, and even then I'd probably be out of range. No, I don't have a con. Why do you want a number? I, I don't know what number you want.
Oh, I'm flirting with you.
I'm sorry. Now's immediate response in my head. Ew. Lao, in character, meanwhile, his eyes widen, and if he weren't transparent already, Bon, you're pretty sure his face would pale. And he just kind of leans back and stares at you, and he has a, like, you could see his fingers turn kind of dagger-like as he digs them into his chair and leads away. I am not... It's a little weird that I've had to say this twice in 1 week, but I am not interested. No.
That's fine. I do, however, feel for your situation in an empathetic, sympathetic, I've been in your shoes kind of thing.
There's just a blatant look of distrust. Like, fucking for real? I don't trust shit.
Bon is having so much fun, like, playing with Lao is, like, the only, like, phrase I can think of just, like, you're just such a funny little guy.
He's very bullyable, and I encourage it. I love people bullying Lao. It's my favourite thing.
Listen, you don't have to trust me or take my word for anything, but, you know, if you ever need someone to commiserate about the weirdness of tunes with, or need some advice, you can look me up.
Right, okay. This might seem a bit of a weird question, but are any of your kind, is anyone of your kind, here, in Lakewell as well?
I would have to ask. I know I'm pretty notable. We don't tend to fly far from the nest, you know.
Okay, well, sort of the same to you. If you just, he is still leaning away, by the way, like, he has not come closer, he is rigid and stuck where he is. I don't know what you came in here for, but whatever it is, just tell me what it is. I'll get it for you, and I wouldn't be opposed to discussing other things. So long as there's none of that flirting, you'll be fine. Just don't do that.
That's fine with me. I was just browsing, by the way. They don't have what I want.
Oh, thank fuck. And he kind of slouches. Oh, that's fine. Give me just a moment. And he is going to roll another hammer space. Excellent. He's going to roll another hammer space. He's going to reach underneath the slip of his sari, pull out a blanket, which is knitted in the pattern of, like, it's got a red background, red background, but it's got, like, black spider webs with spiders in the middle, kind of patterned all over it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. A present from Carmina, actually. And he just covers the box with this blanket and taps it very securely, kind of looks around and says, well, I don't know about you, but I'm not exactly going to be paying for floor worms. So, and he just makes his way towards the exit.
Oh, I like you. You're hilarious.
Don't laugh so loudly, for fuck's sake. You want to draw attention to us. Me.
I'll just smile at them and they'll feel very uncomfortable by my exceedingly real kind, smile. And they grin at Lao with, like, a birdish, like, disconcerting owl's grin, you know?
I don't think it's the fact that you're a real kind that makes you so unnerving.
Oh, it's all part of my charm.
I'm not sure I call it charm, but okay.
Bon isn't gonna tell on Lao stealing floor worms. Like, they were gonna make fun of him at one point for, like, buying worms you could go dig out from, like, the park. But
I mean, to be fair, I point at Lao, he was after the real kind worms, because this is the only place he knows that stocks them.
you know,
You can't get real kind worms in Iquel, man.
that's valid. God.
But I hold them very gently. I don't know if there's a way you want to end this off, or if you just want to, like, cut it close.
I would love. Okay. So it's like the two of them leave, right? And then, like, the camera just, like, zooms over to the aisle where they left worms. And it's like we see, like, the worms on the string, like, all, like, in a row in front of, like, the other miscellaneous worms, and it's clear they're, like, preaching something or, like, talking, and all of the other worms are listening intently. They're forming a cult.
Excellent. Worm cult. Worm cult. Worm cult.
And then the camera, like, winks out.
And we close, I guess.
Yeah.
This was such a delightful little romp.
Oh, absolutely. Oh.
So good. That was a fucking mess of a man.
Oh, yeah.
He's a contrarian. I love him.
It's great. It's great. Lao is hilarious.
I also love Bon. I have missed Bon so much. Missed how much of a shit they could be.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They smelled blood in the water with Lao, I think, and was like, let's see how far I can, like, you know.
I love it when people do that. It's the best.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you can get so far. But yeah, I guess if there's nothing else to say or do that you want to do, you can say goodbye.
We can say goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
We're learning so much about Lao. And
I mean, listen, this man has so much to learn in general. But thank you for playing with me, Audio. It was a delight.
Absolutely. It was.
Everyone listening, I hope you had a good time and that you take care.
Bye.